Let's be honest, no matter what part of the world you're from, you probably grew up watching some sort of game show. The Price is Right, Family Feud, Let's Make a Deal, I could go on for ages.
Returns home on Christmas Eve. What would he hate to discover is gone? Jess.
Mrs. Claus?
Recently, I've stumbled upon a bit of a hidden gem in the game show world that I've been enjoying every weekend night. The name of this show is The Chase. No, not this one. This one. While researching this video, I found out that The Chase was originally a British show, but the version I watch is the American version. Why? Because I've never watched the British version. Anyways, let's see what this game is all about. The game is pretty simple. A team of 3 contestants each take turns during what they call the cash builder round. They are asked as many questions as 1 minute can hold.
Canadian farmer John McIntosh is known for discovering a type of what fruit? Pass. Apple.
Every answer they get is $10,000 deposited into their team bank, for a lack of a better phrase. After the cash builder round, each contestant faces off against the chaser. The chaser is usually a renowned genius that has competed in shows like Jeopardy and trivia games alike. This is when my favorite part of the game comes in: the board. The contestants are given a choice. They have to answer a set amount of questions in order to secure that money. Every question they get right, they get closer to banking that money. If they get a question wrong, the money stays where it's at. The chaser does the same thing, except that if they catch up to where the contestant is, they lose their money. This process is repeated for all 3 contestants. If they get caught, they leave the game. There is one last round, however. Once all the contestants have gone up against the chaser, they don't have the money yet. They have to go on one last round in which they all compete against the chaser to win as many questions as they can. Just that this time, it's within a 2-minute time. Within 2 minutes, they have to try and answer as many questions as possible. Depending on how many contestants remain for this final round, they are given a slight advantage. If all 3 of them remain, they get 3 questions to push them ahead. This number goes down depending on how many contestants remain. Example, if only 1 contestant remains, he only gets 1 answer ahead of the chaser. The chaser does the same. If they answer the same amount of questions as the contestants did, the contestants lose all their hard-earned money.
Heinz? Correct. What postage stamp dealer was given a royal warrant 1914?
Stanley Gibbons?
Correct. Say Chic was a hit 70s album by which disco band?
Chic.
Correct. A pistole is an old Spanish coin made from what metal?
While watching this show, I've noticed a couple of things that don't make sense and some things that are just incredibly entertaining. These are some of the pros I've found while watching this show. One is that it's incredibly tense at times. It's engaging. I found myself yelling answers at the screen because it seems so obvious to me, but it doesn't seem obvious to the contestants apparently. Number 3 is that the amount of questions that they ask and the scope of the questions that they ask is ridiculous. In Jeopardy, they are usually historical questions or questions that have some aspect to do in something that can be studied, for example, whether that be philosophy, literature, grammar, homophones is a part of grammar, history. But in the chase, you can get asked about some random ass politician's Twitter bio. And the 4th thing is that I love the rocky attitude of the chaser. They usually downplay the contestants and make fun of them, which is hilarious, and I've seen no show do this before. But also there are some things that just don't make sense. The first thing I noticed was that the contestants split the money evenly. This means that if one contestant secures $70,000 and the other one only secures $30,000, they will each get $50,000. This doesn't make sense because in most circumstances there is one really intelligent person that answers a lot of the correct questions and 2 meh contestants that either lose or make smaller amounts of money. I believe the game tries to justify this by having all of them compete together in the final chase, which they can help each other out. However, the same thing happens. The smart contestant answers 4/5 of all the questions, and the other 2 only chime in a little. To me, the contestant should take home whatever sum of money they contributed to, instead of literally stealing the money that the other person made. The other thing I've noticed is that when the contestants go up against the chaser, they are given 3 options. They can either stay with the money they made and get a higher offer, usually double or triple the amount they made, but they are further away from securing the money, or they get a lower amount of money but they are closer to securing the money. And I've noticed that very rarely do the contestants even consider the higher offer because it seems too risky, since they are closer to the genius, also known as the chaser. I have a solution for this problem as well. It may seem stupid, but just listen to me. Just add another rectangle to the board, another question. That way the higher offer seems more enticing because there are 3 spots away from the chaser instead of 2. But in reality, it's just the same thing. By adding another square, it makes the higher offer seem more enticing. But that's just me. That way the other contestants can get more money if they don't choose. If they split the money altogether, they will get more money because the higher offer seems more enticing if you have 3 spots away from the chaser or the genius, because right now, like on the game show right now, they only have 2 spots away from the chaser if they pick the highest option. If they add another one, 3 spots away, it makes it seem safer. That's just my opinion. Overall, this is a very fun show that I recommend anyone watch. It's only an hour and it's really fun because the questions they ask are so random. It makes a really enjoyable night. Sit down with a girlfriend or with the kids and just watch the chase. You'll enjoy it, I promise.